Team GB. Team GB. When I say that, what do you think of? You think perhaps of the British team at the Olympic Games. That's how we are officially referred to at the Olympics. Now I take issue with this, and I want to just express a little bit why. GB, Great Britain, actually refers to an island, the island of Great Britain. Contrary to popular belief, it's not actually the formal name of this country, it's an island. Although frequently we do say, often politicians will say Britain to refer to the whole United Kingdom. But anyway, Great Britain refers to England, Scotland and Wales, the three home nations that are based on the island of Great Britain, England, Scotland and Wales. However, the whole United Kingdom also includes Northern Ireland, which is on the island of Ireland. Confused? Well, I don't blame you, it is quite confusing. But basically, for those of us from Northern Ireland, I suspect that there's other people out there who feel frustrated with this. Because the insinuation is that Northern Ireland is not part of the UK. By just calling our team Team GB, that implies that it only includes England, Scotland and Wales. Now this is problematic for several reasons. Number one, it excludes the Northern Irish athletes, and in every Olympic Games there's at least some. Sometimes equestrian events, sometimes rowing, but there's always some Northern Irish athletes. Now I'm not sure how they personally feel about it, but nevertheless the insinuation is there that they are somehow that Northern Ireland is not part of the UK, so they're going under the GB flag, but that excludes Northern Ireland. Now I emailed the British Olympic Committee to inquire about this, and I wasn't very happy with the response I got. Basically the spokeswoman just said that no offence is intended, there's many dependencies, as she put it, which are represented in a different way. Basically she went on to sort of try and justify this, but what she was implying was that Northern Ireland she didn't seem to recognise that Northern Ireland isn't a crown dependency like the Isle of Man or the Channel Islands. It's actually a home nation, it's part of the United Kingdom. The crown dependencies are not actually part of the UK. They come under crown rule, but they're not part of the UK. The difference is Northern Ireland is. So actually Northern Ireland, in terms of its relationship as part of the UK, is exactly the same status as England, Scotland or Wales. And this spokesperson seemed to utterly disregard that, and she just said, oh no snub is intended, etc. But I didn't really accept that explanation. There's not much I can do about it. I asked her, well, is it who has the say in this? Is it the IOC or is it the British Olympic Committee? And she said that it's ultimately the British Olympic Committee that decides. So what we're doing is sending out the message to the world that the name of this country is GB, Great Britain, and it pisses me off, because as someone who's from Northern Ireland, I do see it as a serious snub. Now there may be people out there who are thinking, oh, this guy's overreacting, it's take it so seriously. But I do take it seriously because I believe that how a country is defined is very important in terms of international relations, in terms of understanding on the world stage. Because if we promote ourselves in an inaccurate way, then you can't blame foreigners for getting it wrong. But also, in an increasingly interconnected world, I think it is important that we define ourselves in the accurate way, so that people know how to see us as a nation. Look, it's not that complicated. The United Kingdom is the name of the whole sovereign state. It's divided into 4 smaller home nations: England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. And I can understand someone from Japan or Mexico or someone like that on the other side of the world getting confused by it, but I really have little patience for Britons who constantly make this mistake, because as far as I'm concerned they should know better. And I do believe this should be put in our curriculum from a very early age, because it's such a basic thing. It's the very structure of our nation. And it is very important because in as soon as 5 months now, Scotland, we will know whether or not it's going to be an independent country. This is critical. It really is. Because if Scotland gets independence, mark my words, it will change everything. Because we will definitely lose our prominent role in the world. At the moment we do have a prominent role, despite what people think. We're one of only 5 countries that are on the UN Security Council. Now I suspect if Scotland breaks away, there'll be questions about whether we are entitled to be on the Security Council anymore. Because we'll all absolutely be weakened as a nation. There's no question about that. So I believe we are at a very critical time in our history where how we define ourselves as a nation is absolutely pivotal. And I'm not a blind nationalist. I'm not someone who goes out there flags waving saying love this country or get out, that sort of thing. This is not about neo-nationalism. This is simply about patriotism and recognising that we need to put forward a clarification about what our situation is. So I do get, if anything, I'm anti-nationalist, because I think that you could celebrate diversity within a nation. And this isn't a video about Scottish independence, believe me, I'll be covering that subject. But my point is, you could celebrate diversity within a nation. Look at all the world's great nations. You can find regional diversity within all of them. I mean, Russia's divided into republics. The United States, everyone knows about the states' rights. Even in China, which has a high level of authoritarianism, even China, there's quite strong differences between the provinces. So every great nation has differences within it. So the idea that we are weakened because Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, Wales aren't fully independent from one another is just stupid. We are strengthened by our unity. Is it perfect? No. But it's definitely preferable to what I see happening. For me, the worst case scenario would be if Scotland gets full independence and then UKIP gets into power and pulls us out of the European Union. What we have left is an isolated island that's divided among itself, that has lost its unity. That, to me, that is an absolutely bleak vision of our future. So I see our future in the European Union, united as one United Kingdom. I say in the EU. I know UKIP people hate my guts right now, whatever. But contrary to what they think, I am not a sycophant of the EU. I think it needs reformed. I think at times Brussels is far too arrogant. We do need serious reforms within Brussels. But I think it's much, you can do those reforms much better from the inside. If we pull out, then we lose our trade within the European bloc. And that's just stupid. It's just stupid pulling us out of the world's largest economic bloc. And I do think this is largely a byproduct of Britain's xenophobic tabloid press. And they are unquestionably very xenophobic. There's this anti-European hysteria which really bugs me right now. I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this with conviction, and this is heartfelt. How do I identify myself? I identify myself as Northern Irish, British, European, and a citizen of the world. That's it. I'm Celtic. Culturally, ethnically, I would call myself Celtic, but I am a British citizen. I am a European, and I'm an internationalist. I'm a citizen of the world. Thank you for watching.